Okay, here we are. I'm Ginger,
And I'm Brooke.
and we're still here. Here we go. This is episode 3. Um, so in the beginning, here we're going to start where life actually is right now. What does a normal day look like lately?
A normal day.
Yeah.
Ugh, a lot. It looks like crazy busy. All the things I think between drop off and school pickups. I mean, school pickup is my big part of the day. But I've got I pick up extra kids, so that definitely makes a difference when I'm going to. What am I going to right now? Right now, I'm just going to 2 different schools because you do one of them, so I'm not doing 3.
Right.
But
Next year, next year it all shifts, right?
Yes.
So I pick up my youngest and your youngest, and then you pick up
I have my
all the kids.
2 older, your oldest, and both of my brother's girls, which is one is at the same middle school, and then the other one is at the freshman center. So
Right. So I hit elementary, you do middle school and 9th grade. And then next year, everybody shifts. So you still have elementary. I have middle school. We both have freshmen and then high school.
yes,
And so, figuring that out,
Yeah.
we're gonna, I mean, we always divide and conquer, right? But
Yeah.
we figure it out.
but I know that it's only February, but the idea of like in August going to 4 different schools for pickup is just
Right.
overwhelming.
I know it's funny that I think a lot of moms like summer is very hectic because your kids are home, but like summer's like I can come to work anytime I want. I get to leave anytime I want. Like it's
Yes, you're not on a schedule.
yeah, I really enjoy summer. For me, I generally get to the office between 9 and 10. And then I usually have like a lunch scheduled, whether that's you and me
All the time.
or a lunch meeting. If I'm interviewing families, if I'm doing anything, it's at lunch. But I mean, it really, I'm finding that my day is so hectic because I get to the office between 9 and 10. Then I have a lunch meeting, whether that's just us getting margaritas but I mean, like, it's always scheduled. My lunch is always scheduled. And then I have to leave by like 2:15, 2:30 to get to school pickup, which is so early. And then I get home and then I'm home with our youngest, like Henry and Virginia, and like whatever they're doing, whether that's, I mean, if they're outside, like I'm sitting outside with them or we're playing something until you come home with my oldest and I give you your youngest and then my evening starts, right? And so I don't know, it is pretty hectic to not be on a schedule. And like in the mornings before 9 to 10, I'm not just, hanging out on the couch. Like get up, get the kids to school. I go to the gym. John goes to the gym and then go home and get ready. And that's why I don't come to the office until between 9 or 10. I'm not like sleeping in or anything.
Well, and that's always the hard part. I mean, because I am not a morning workout person. I've tried. I've taken over some of your stuff whenever you're out of town with your trainer, and it's terrible. It's so early in the morning. I'm not a morning workout person. And so I was doing in the evenings, but I don't get home from school pickup. I mean, I leave work at 3 and start my pickup routine. I don't get home until usually 5 o'clock or just right before. And then by then it's
because
like,
you're going to all the schools.
I'm going to all the schools. And then it's like, then I have to figure out dinner. I have to do laundry. I mean, there's so many things that I have to do that the gym has now like kind of like going to the gym has kind of fallen off. And so I'm having to like figure out, other things, but it's so much. I think the school drop off pickup thing is so much a part of the day every day that it's
right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and I think that's a big time suck in my day that I could schedule like the gym better, or I could schedule my day better. But those things are, that's in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Legitimately in the middle of the day. And, I can't do the bus. Henry got kicked off the bus, so we can't do the bus. And also I know the bus drivers, and I don't want my kids on the bus.
Yeah. I like being the first one. I like them getting in the car. I love asking them, how was your day? Teenagers don't talk as much anymore, right? But like, I don't know. I think there's something so special about being the one that like gets to first ask them how their day was.
I have the best conversations with Virginia, the most telling conversations. I get the most information. I know how to navigate her based on picking her up from school. Like, I know what works for her. I know how to talk to her. I know what she loves. I know how what she reacts to the best. And you know what I mean? Like, I know that when she gets a phone call from the teacher in the middle of the day that she's had a really hard day, and I know how to get her to talk to me about it because of our drive home from pickup.
Right.
And I wouldn't trade that for the world. And Virginia's your kid, like not my kid. And so, but I know how to navigate being a positive adult in her life, from car pickup. And so I don't want to minimalize that. Like, it's, one of my favorite times with my kids, because it's also like, you're stuck in the car with me.
Yes.
We have to have this conversation, and I ask open-ended questions where it's not like, how was your day? Good. It's like, what was the hardest thing about today? Or what opens the conversation is like, what'd you have for lunch? Like, then it's not, they have to sit there and they have to think, and then they tell me, and I'm like, ugh, that sounds terrible. And then they just like, what? Start talking.
But I do love, and I think even in the sense of you just said, right, like, because Virginia's mine and you pick her up, I love that I get to get Harrison, right? Because he's yours and he's your oldest, right? So teenager, I've been around Harrison since he was, 6 or 7?
Right, first grade.
So a long time, and I don't know, I think I just really love, at some point they do kind of like shift into like, whatever, that's mom's friend or my friend's mom, whatever category I have fit into in the past. I love getting to pick him up because I love getting to hear, he's so funny. And he and I will roast Jones the whole time. And it makes me laugh so hard. And Harrison, he's so funny. Yeah. And I love it. There was one day, and I think I just ended up picking up Harrison only. And I was like, oh gosh, he's probably going to be really uncomfortable because it's just me and him in the car. And we talked the entire drive to your house, and I loved it. And I thought, this is so much fun because it's a short window of time, but you do kind of go, okay, I like that I get to kind of be a part of your life for like a minute, and see a side of them that not everybody does get to see.
Yeah, and I think it builds trust, right?
Yes.
Like, your kids, Virginia in particular, I think trusts me more than most adults. I know she has like great relationships with other adults, but just adults in her life, right? That she trusts me and she can open up to me.
She's always had a lot of pride for being your littlest best friend.
Yeah, she is. Like, we had a very significant conversation one time, and so now I consider her one of my best friends. No, but I also have navigated the evolution of her, like, growing up, right? And so, her and Henry were disasters as little kids. And so it's like, I've been there, I've been there with her for a long time. So I think she trusts me. But I also think that she knows, and I am very vocal, that I'm always here. Like, I'm always going to be here for you. And you can make me mad and I can disagree with the way that you're handling a situation, but I'm always here.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think like as she's growing into, a very young teenager, she's not a teenager yet, but she's the most teenager of all of our kids, I think.
She's close.
Yeah. And so she knows that she can come to me, and she knows that I always have her back, even though I don't agree with her sometimes. And I'll tell her, I'll say, well, I don't agree with how you handled that situation. However, I support you 100%. Punch him in the face. I'm not your mom. I don't have to teach you those
Thank
lessons.
you.
Well, I mean, like she already did it.
Because she does.
Well, she did it. And so you can't take it back. And so if she asked me for advice, I would tell her, don't punch him in the face. But she already has. And so I support you. I support you 100% in the decisions that you make. Mm-hmm. I'm not your mom. I don't have to teach you the lesson.
That's true.
And so I don't know, it works. It works for the two of us. We have a great relationship. And I think my kids have a very good relationship with you. I tried to do the TikTok challenge where my kids call you to tell you that they like failed their Henry failed his test, and
yes,
and you have to sign it for him or something. And he's like, no, like she wouldn't do it. She's not going to sign. I was like, yes, she would. Like she totally would. And he wouldn't do it because he's like, no, she's just as much of a mom as you are. Like she's not going to, Miss Brooke is not going to sign it. And I was like, but it would be funny. Anyway. Okay. So what's been filling our time? I feel like we've answered that. Drop off and pick up is filling our time.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, and all the extracurriculars. I love that they're involved in all these things, but I imagine like, what would it be like if my kids weren't involved in all these things? And I just picked them up from school and brought them home. Like,
I mean, I like the idea of like getting home and not really having anything to do. But on the flip side, I love doing all of the things with my kids. And I really like watching them kind of find their own thing. I think we've talked about that before, right? Let your kids like find the things that they're interested in, right? Like with all the orchestra stuff.
Yeah.
Never in a million years would I have ever have guessed that Jones would be sold out on like on orchestra.
Right.
Like never would have thought that would end up being his thing. But I genuinely love it, and I love listening to him talk about it, and I want to take him to all of the things, and I want to watch him grow in that. I mean, Ruby, who's like super quiet and introverted and all of the things, did cheerleading, and she wants to do drill team, and she's going to be, she wants to do the National Charity League, all the stuff. Virginia, God love her, nobody's shocked about, we're about to start lacrosse.
She wants to be the goalie.
She does.
Which I love.
But I love watching them kind of like find their own thing.
Right.
And like as busy as it is and as crazy as it is for the day-to-day stuff, like I'm wiped out. I'm exhausted by the end of the day while also trying to like maintain my own life. Right. Like we go out and do things, on girls' nights, and then still trying to date and find time, to nurture a new relationship. It's really stressful, but like, I don't know. I don't think I'd want them to like not do anything to make life quiet and easy.
Right. Less chaotic.
Yeah.
No. And I think I was just going through the calendar with my mom this morning, and it was about like January. When January first started, all of our weekends were open. Mm-hmm. And I told John, I was like, oh my gosh, all of our weekends are open. And John was like, don't worry, you'll fill them up. Like it will be fine. But it was like really great that they were all just open. And then I looked at February and they're all open too. And so, but again, I mean, I'll fill them. I mean, except, here and there, but we're not going anywhere.
Right.
But after February, then it's that's the end of February is when lacrosse games start, and they're Saturdays and Sundays. And then when regatta season opens up, and then Harrison and John are gone. I mean, 2 weekends out of the month, every single month until September to October, and so right now is chaotic as it feels, I feel like we're just ramping up. And then it just starts to getting where we divide and conquer. I mean, John and I, in the summer, John gets really close with Harrison because they're just traveling all the time. And then Henry and I get really close because we hang out like when they're gone. And then in the winter months, it flips. And so Harrison and I are pretty close right now. We hang out and we talk, and John and Henry are really close, and we're about to flip that. And so, so it's chaos in a different way, right?
Yes.
But I feel like we're just getting started on the chaos. It's just, we're coming off the like quiet holiday ramp up is when then it's just going to get crazy. But when it feels so far out of control, I always think like, this is temporary. Like once the weather cools off in the fall, sailing stops and lacrosse stops and all the things, and we get to like take a breather. I was just surprised. Like we don't have any plans for the weekends in February, except, I mean, we have a show next Sunday.
For this weekend.
Yeah. What is this weekend?
How to Train Your Dragon. Orchestra.
Oh yeah.
Symphony stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we have like tickets to things but it's not an all weekend thing. Yeah. Okay. So what's something one of the kids did recently that stuck with us? I have something.
Okay. You go. I was about to say you go first because I got to think for a second.
I have something from yesterday. So every other Monday I hang out in Harrison's room, when we first get home, waiting for Harrison to get home. And he like came in the room and just laid down with me and hung out with me, and we talked again. Like it happened again. And Karen came in, my giant dog.
Not a Karen, but
no,
like her Karen.
The Karen. No, Karen, the dog, came in and laid down with us, and we literally just talked, and I'm fairly certain, I hope Harrison doesn't listen to this until he's like a grown person, but I'm pretty sure Harrison might be tiptoeing into his first relationship.
Oh, look at how cute. That's so fun.
And it's also like I'm getting the lingo. One of his friends shipped him. So like that means like Harrison's talking to a girl and they're talking.
Somebody else said that like,
and
I
a
shipped
friend
the two
comes
of you
in
together.
and says, I ship this, or I ship you, or something. But they both were like, no, but I'm pretty, and the way he talked about it though, and I know her.
Oh.
And I know her brother. And so
I think I know who this is then.
I'm on board.
Okay. That's exciting.
I know. But I'm also like, cool. I mean, this is cool.
Yeah, you can't show too much emotion.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I mean, I guess, whatever. Like,
it's a very fine balance to keep them like talking to you through that.
Yeah.
Because I think our natural inclination is to like kind of make fun of them a little bit.
Or
and
like,
you can't do it.
Tell me all the details. What did they say? I need to know this. I need to know that. Like all the things. And no, I was just like, I was cool, calm and collected. Like I was just like, oh, cool. Like, I mean, whatever. But I didn't make fun of him. I didn't give him a hard time. I just like asked basic questions, and also was like, oh yeah, I remember her, and she seems really cool. And I see like, I could see that being like, I can totally see why you would like her. She's cool, whatever. I mean, but whatever, I don't care. Yeah. It was good though. I don't know. It was really neat. Like it was a cool conversation.
That is fun.
Yeah. I was relishing in it, but still trying to be like, I don't even care. Whatever. Yeah.
No big deal.
No big deal. Ugh. Why are you even talking to me?
Ugh. Are we over the subject?
I know. Can we not like just lay here and be quiet? Shut up.
Yeah. I feel like that's always the hard part. Okay. Hold on. What was it again?
Was there the moment that made you laugh or that you were surprised?
I mean, I think they're always making me laugh and feel surprised. I guess more than anything, I mean, we've talked about Ruby and her personality on here before. And, she's so interesting in the way that I've never been able to make her, if I tried to tell her whenever she was little, like, Ruby, you need to respond. She's just not going to. She's not going to talk to anybody if she doesn't want to talk to anybody. Like, you can't make her do anything that she doesn't want to do genuinely. And, which I do think is great. And I do love that about her. But it's always been like really difficult because I'm always like, you seem very rude. And so I was really nervous and, trying to date. And I remember like texting Justin before we went over there for the first time, like before we introduced our kids really kind of to each other and then to his daughter, meeting my 3 and all that kind of stuff. And I just remember being like, okay, she's not rude. She's quiet. She may not open up right away. And she did pretty much immediately open up. But I do think this last week we went to, y'all are members of a yacht club for all y'all sailing stuff. And I think I just got kind of reminded again how interesting it is to see her. Because I've kind of gotten used to, she pretty much immediately was totally fine, like around Justin and around his daughter. And I was reminded when we left his house and we ended up going up to y'all's yacht club, and she had been crazy. And I mean, like, she was, in a state that like most people don't ever get to see Ruby.
Right.
And then like the second that we walked into the yacht club and there's other people around, she just immediately shut down. And so it's just really interesting just to kind of like see that transformation. And I do think that it's really nice to kind of see that, she at the very least like feels really comfortable around Justin, which I think is a good sign for me. I mean, when you're dating, that's kind of like, no better sign to see that your kid is like comfortable enough to be themselves.
Right.
Around the other person. But I don't know. It was a really interesting, just a complete 180 for her, which I thought was really strange. That's the only thing that can really come to mind.
Yeah, it's really funny. All the warnings I gave Justin about, this is my friend Brooke. And then when y'all started like really kind of hanging out more, and then, he's going to meet your kids. And I'm like, okay, like, I also thought Jones would be harder because he's
the boy
and the man of the house. And, and I mean,
he's very protective.
Right. But he's also like 14, I mean, he's on that edge of like, this is my house. And I was pretty worried about Jones, but I told Justin many times, Ruby is just scary. Like, just give her a minute. She's just scary. Like, she's just, you don't know what she's thinking, or she's not going to tell you. She's not going to talk to you. She's, I think, spoken to John 3 times in the last 10 years. Like, just like, give her a minute. And Jones, the first time I ever asked him, I was like, yeah, so, like, what do you think about Justin? And he was like, he's really sweet. I really like him. And I mean, I don't know that Harrison's ever said that about any man ever in his life. And it was just really cool. And then Ruby, Justin he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
yeah,
she's just as wild as, as Charlie and Virginia. And I'm like, what?
Well, that's what, because like on Wednesday when he sees her and he's like, I know you've talked about it, but I haven't seen it. Is that what this is? And it's just like, I cannot believe. Which
is funny because I was like, well, I mean, that's Ruby. That's how she is. That's how she is
all
when
the
she's
time.
Around people in general.
Yes.
Yeah. And but it's really cool. I mean, it's really cool that your kids are so protective of you. Mm-hmm. And so, I think like, they are very slow to open up to people. And the fact that y'all are like this, I don't know, this family, I'm not putting labels or pressure on anything. I'm saying like, y'all are already this like cohesive, everybody gets along and everybody
gets along, which is really nice.
And they're themselves,
Yes.
I mean, Virginia 100% is herself. Mm-hmm. Good, bad, ugly. She's not performing for anybody. She's not, and I love that about her. I love that she's not, she is who she is. I mean, sometimes it's frustrating for me when I'm, taking her place. But she's like, this is who I am. And
it's all of her.
Yeah. And I love her for that. I mean, she is who she is. And she's amazing. I mean, she just is very,
she's a lot.
Well, I mean, in the best way though, if you know her,
It's funny. I've been on a country music kick lately.
I meant to tell you about this.
Okay, hold on. You tell me in a second. Because I've been on this country music kick, and I've gotten Virginia on it because she's such a music girl. And I was listening to it's Wild One.
Okay.
By Faith Hill.
I know what this is.
Oh.
But no, I don't know this one.
Is this?
No, don't do that. I'll tell the
Okay. I think I know which one you're going to talk about because she is obsessed with it right now. But I don't know. I was listening to Wild One and I was like, this is 100%. I mean, she's just a wild one. She's just going to do her own thing. She doesn't really care. And I love that about her. She is 100% her own wild self.
Yeah.
Right. What?
That song is so perfect for her. But I picked her up from school yesterday and we get in the car and she goes, there's this song I want to hear. And I was like, okay, what is it? And it's I Want to Talk About Me.
Yeah. Toby Keith.
By Toby Keith. And I was like, I know every word to this song. Like, how do you know this? And so we listened to it full blast, windows down. It was surprisingly warm yesterday. Scream singing this song. And she knows every word.
It is insane to me how quickly I just played that song for her for the first time, over the weekend. And she already knows every single word.
And it's a fast song and it has a lot of words and it's very it's so
she's got it.
But I asked her because I would have never guessed that this is a song that you introduced her to or that you scream singed or whatever whatever. And so I asked her because I literally thought did Jamin play this song for her? Who is playing? And she goes, no, my mom was cleaning the house and she was listening to cowboy music. And she goes, and I heard the song. And so I went and learned the lyrics and I was like, are you kidding me? And so we listened to it 3 times on the way home from school yesterday. And Henry was like, what are we doing? Yeah. What is happening right now? But it's such a good song.
It's so good. But because one of her songs that she's had on a recent repeat is I Will Survive. Which I don't even know where that one came from.
Nope, we've listened to that one a lot.
Yeah, we listen to that one all the time. And I genuinely love how much she loves music and singing. And she is always turn it on, turn it up. I want it louder. And I'm always just okay.
Yeah, we roll down the windows and we scream sing to people parked next to us but we always have a good time. And Henry and I will have 2 songs, a song that we really like that is just ours and we'll play it one time. Yes. And then she knows the words. Yeah. And so
her memory is insane.
It's crazy, but it's really cool. I love that. That's a big part of us driving home but the random songs that she's like, okay, I have a new song.
Well, and that was
yesterday.
Really, just one quick thing. And I was like, I think you're really going to like this song. It's a lot of fun. And 2 days later, she's singing the whole chorus word for word. And I'm like, what?
That I Want to Talk About Me is so fast and so many words. She also, I want to take her karaokeing because she can sing. Yeah. I mean, bravado sing and soulful, and she's this little tiny ragamuffin that has
I think I texted you one day that I had her at Harrison both in the car and I turned on she wanted to listen to is it House of Gold?
House of Gold. That's mine and Henry's song. Yeah.
And she and Harrison were both singing in the car and I was just like, I don't know what it is about the two of them together. Yeah. But it sounded incredible and I'm like, it was the most wonderful thing, driving in the car with the two of them. And I was like, it's so beautiful. I had a crappy day and I was like, this totally turned it around. Yeah. It was so great. I loved it.
Yeah. It's so cool. I do love the the drive home with the songs and all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are we aware we're in the middle of with our kids? Or like, what do we think future us will miss about right now?
Oh, what am I going to miss?
Yeah. Like, what are we aware that, I mean, those whole stories just now, right? Like
Yes.
scream singing in the car. I know that I'm in this middle of this moment where I think Henry and Virginia look forward to me picking them up, and we go do this thing. Like, we have this moment. And I mean, that's not going to last much longer, much less like forever. And I know I'm going to miss it. I know next year I'm picking up Harrison and Jones from H9, and like, we're not going to do that.
It's going to be different.
Yeah. It's going to be quieter and less chaotic.
I hope that in the same way that I still love to, because I do, like, I will blast music on in the house whenever I'm cleaning. And that's something that I learned from my mom. But I will. And I have always like stopped in the middle and I'll dance. I got home last night late and Virginia and I walked into the house and we were still singing I Will Survive as loud as we could.
Yeah.
And then Ruby was like, sing something different. And I had no other song in my head except for The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
It's like Harrison's favorite.
And so I started singing that. And Ruby and I were dancing in my bedroom while I'm singing The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And I'm like, there's no like real reason, but I only hope that in the sense that like we're still doing that together.
Yeah.
That like even when they're older, I hope they do it with their kids. And like at some point I get to go over and like, I'll pick one of Ruby's kids to dance with while she dances with the other one. And we'll be scream singing and doing all of the things. Like I'd hope that never goes away.
Yeah, no, the same. I remember like my kids being really small and I have a video of Harrison like standing on my bed and like telling Alexa to play Wrecking Ball. And then he was like in his little voice, like, dance party, mom, dance party. And we have always done that. And so, yeah, I hope that never goes away. I mean, I hope they come home from college and I'm like, dance party. And I mean, we dance party to Pink Pony Club now. That's one of Virginia's favorites too. I'm waiting for her to realize what that song's about. But she loves it right now.
Okay.
But we dance party to that song. I tell my kids if they'll dance party with me at night, they won't have to go to school the next day, but it's only when like they don't actually have school the next day and they don't know. But it's also like, I want my kids to have that. When I make dinner, we listen to music. When we eat dinner, when we sit down and eat dinner, we're listening to music. I mean, music is a big part of our family. But my kids also like really good music. Harrison's really into orchestra music right now, which John is way better at being interested in that than I am. I just can't. I mean, I've listened. I'm like, oh yeah, that's beautiful. It made me feel sad or I don't know. I fake that as best I can. But like Harrison likes our music and we're in a band, right? So John and I are in a band and the music that we play, my kids know all the words to. And so, I mean, that's anything from the Beatles to Blink 182 to, Harrison knows all the words to The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Like they know the words to the songs that we play.
Right.
And so I love that. When we go on like road trips to Munster or whatever, our playlist is the set list for the band and our kids know all the words to all the songs. And so I love that. I think music is such a big part of our life. And always has been. I mean, John and we've always been very involved in music. And so I really love that. All right. So parenting, something parenting has taught us recently. Yeah.
Do you have an answer for this one?
I don't. I mean, I feel like I keep harping on the fact that I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like the more I get to know my kids, the more I realize that I think I'm doing a lot of things right. I think enjoying the people that my kids are becoming. I used to say like Harrison parented himself. I don't know how he became the person that he is, because his very developmental years, I was a complete disaster and John was taking care of me. You know what I mean? I mean, like, and Harrison turned into this amazing person, but the more I get to know him as a like fully grown human, the more I realize like he has a lot of our qualities. And I don't know if parenting has taught me anything recently. It's that I feel like we've made some good calls in the long term. Or is there something we're doing that we didn't expect to enjoy? Is there something in parenting that you are doing that you didn't expect to enjoy so much?
I don't know. I mean, I think I enjoy all of it. You know, I think what I really like right now, especially even at the ages that they are, I like that. I mean, kind of in the same sense of talking about, you know, turning on the music and dancing around, that even though, I mean, Ruby's basically, she's almost a teenager, right? And so the fact that she's still willing to do all of that, I love that my kids, I didn't think that we would be kind of like I'm going to totally nerd out for a second. But, so like we love doing the Renaissance Festival, and y'all have gone before, but we dress up, and I love it. Like I live for this whole concept, and we've already started buying. It's in April, May.
We're so different.
We've already started buying out parts for costumes and dressing up and all of the stuff. And I genuinely love it. And I love that my kids love it. And I love that they are still willing to dress up and to be goofy and to not really care what anybody else is thinking, because we're having a good time together as a family. And I love the idea that my kids are still willing to like put whatever, you know, teenage pride you might have like aside to like just have a good time.
Right.
And I think your kids are kind of similar in the same way of like, they don't get caught up in like, how do I look to others? Like, I love that all of our kids are really kind of willing to like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do because it makes me happy and it makes my family happy. And I love that. Yeah.
That teenage pressure, or that like outside pressure, for whatever reason, my kids don't have that. And I know that, I mean, I didn't instill that in them. Like I very much struggle with outside pressure. I think I might pretend that I don't, or exude this like outward appearance that I don't. But yeah, I mean, it blows my mind how much this doesn't bother my kids, that my kids don't care what other kids want from them or expect from them or anything like that. Both my kids have extremely long hair. Henry,
so annoying how beautiful their hair is.
So beautiful. But Henry won't cut his hair because kids at school make fun of him. Like that's the reason why he won't do it. And he's like, no, if I cut it, they win.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but if you don't want to have it, and he's like, no, I want to have it. And everybody at school tells me that I'm stupid that I have it, or I look like a girl, and every time we go to a restaurant and, you know, it's like, what can I get the ladies? And both my kids are like, I'll have the steak, please.
To be fair, they do have like very like beautiful faces.
I mean, they do. And it's funny. Nobody does it on purpose, but it's also, you know, Harrison gets asked all the time if he's trans or if he's a girl or a boy or all the things. And he's just like, yeah, it's so annoying. But I'm like, well, I mean, you know,
he's just a beautiful boy with gorgeous hair.
Yeah. It's a little annoying, but
it's a lot annoying how like incredible. I always get really irritated because you send pictures when you like straighten his hair, and I'm just like, just don't do it.
Well, when
don't
I blow dry it, when they let me blow dry it, it's so pretty, and they have like natural highlights. Like it's just ridiculous. I mean,
like beautiful blonde hair.
Yeah, it's crazy. Ugh. But they don't care. And Henry legit doesn't care what anybody thinks.
Which is great. I mean, we went, I think even the boys, their last orchestra concert, and we sat up at the top and we were waving. We were trying to get Jones's attention and we were blowing kisses and doing all of the things.
Yeah.
And I loved it. He was totally fine. But I even walked outside at one point. I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. We were kind of in between. Jones was about to go up on the stage. And I get down the stairs to the main area and he's walking through the hallway. And I love that I got to the bottom of the stairs and I was like, oh, it's my Jonesy. And I'm kind of giving him a little bit of a hard time. And his friends that were standing there and they're like, oh, he loves his mommy. And I love it because Jones just stops and he walks with me and he's like, yeah, I do. And I love it because he walked with, he didn't care. I wasn't embarrassing him. We weren't doing any of the things. I love that he just doesn't, he's not caught up in it, right? Like,
right.
They love that we love them. And it doesn't.
Maybe that'll change. Maybe eventually it'll change.
Not.
But I hope it doesn't. But yeah, I try my best to embarrass Harrison in front of his friends. And it never works. Harrison's like, yeah, that's my mom. Like, that's how she is. Like,
I mean, I feel like the day that I can tell that it really bothers Jones, then I will stop.
Oh, 100%.
But right now, like, he still kind of giggles. He'll make a little face. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm allowed a little bit longer.
Well, and I think I give Harrison the space to tell me in a quiet way, right? I mean, he'll hold my hand.
Yeah.
Like the whole way to but as soon as he lets go, like I know, like, oh, like I'm not making a big deal or whatever. And now I kind of try to not hold his hand. I like put my arm around his arm like he's a man, you know? And so I don't know. I feel like I give him space to not be,
to grow up.
I don't actually want to really humiliate him.
Right.
But I also like, that's how I show affection.
Yes.
Is that I give a shit. So, I mean, I like try my best to not be embarrassing, but also everyone around him knows that I'm his mom and that I'm going to do these things.
Well, that you love him.
Yeah. And that I love him. And like, yeah. And so I don't know. I honestly feel like I'm walking that line in the best way. And if we asked Harrison to come in here and he was like, it's absolutely humiliating and I hate it so much, I would be shocked. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked that he said that, but I would be shocked if he actually felt that way. I
think he would say it, and I think he'd have like a huge smile on his face just to give you a hard time.
Right. Because, yeah, I mean, and we do the same thing. I mean, he gives me a hard time. And, you know, when we're at the club, he gives me a hard time and I give him a hard time, but he doesn't leave. He stays there and he hangs out with me and my friends are there. And, you know, it's not like, oh, you're so important. I'm going to go sit in the car. Like, come outside when you're ready. No, he like pulls up a chair and sits next to me, you know, and then we sit there and like give each other shit the whole time. You know, I mean, I think he wouldn't do that if he didn't like hanging out with me. He wouldn't do that if he didn't like hanging out with you, Brooke.
I get that with my kids.
As a rule. I mean, everyone else too. Anyway. All right. So what's something that's harder than we thought it would be in parenting?
All of it.
Yeah, that's a funny question because as easy as it is, all the things that make it easy make it equally as hard. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but it's true.
Well, it's exhausting in the sense that it's never done. And there's always something else to figure out. And there's always more homework and there's always more laundry and there's always more dishes and they're always, you know, throwing things away. I mean, I walked out in my kitchen this morning and there's a new box that's sitting on the counter and I guess it's full of trash, but it has like Tupperware inside of it. That's like,
and all your forks.
But I'm like missing things, right? And so you're always just like, oh my gosh, like everything about it is so unbelievably frustrating.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, even all the conversations, the amount of conversations that you have to have with your kids about how the world works and like, here's something that you're going to have to be dealing with soon. And they're so hard and it's not easy stuff. But at the same time, it's also like super rewarding.
Right.
And it's just a really weird balance that it's the most frustrating thing, but it's also the most incredible thing. But
Right.
I mean, it's all of parenting is like,
Yeah,
really hard.
it's the same. Yeah, and it's funny. I get the I hate calling it mom guilt, but I think I have mom insecurities, not mom guilt as much. But like as much as how easy it feels to like have these relationships and conversations with my kids. I mean, I'll have a full-on relationship or full-on conversation with Harrison about life and relationships and all the things. And then I'll say, well, when I was in college, like this thing happened. And then I go down this road of this like huge trauma in my life, explaining how fast things can change or how girls perceive things in a different way than boys perceive things and all these things that happened. And Harrison's just looking at me with like a blank stare. And then, and then the conversation's over with my full intentions of, having like being a good boy mom, of explaining the way girls are different than boys. And so you should be gentle with girls' feelings and all the things. And then I'm like, did I just trauma dump on my kid? And like, maybe that wasn't the exact right conversation that I was supposed to have. And it's like, as soon as I think that I'm like, oh, this is this moment that I can have this like real meaningful thing happen with my kid. And then when it's over, I'm like, oh shit, I think I might have just
Made that worse.
yeah. Or like made a different problem.
Well, and I don't think there's any way out of that. I mean, like, so
I mean, he's 14.
to that same level though, right? I mean, so trying to navigate honest conversations with my children in the midst of, having divorced parents.
Right.
Right. And so like, there's plenty of times where, more so with Jones, cause he's older and he does have a more strained relationship with his dad. And so there's a lot of times where I'm trying to explain certain things to him, and I'm trying to be very mindful and I'm trying to be very careful on how do I explain this to him to give him maybe a different perspective that he didn't have before. And then he comes out of left field and he's just like, well, then I'm done with this and I'm not going to, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
That's not what I meant.
I totally screwed up. Like, I think I've made this worse. But it's really hard because it's like I'm trying to be honest and he's going to form his own opinions. Harrison's going to form his own opinions.
Right.
I mean, it's really, all we can do is come from a place of experience and perspective. And whether they're, I think they are always listening, whether they're zoned out or not. But, it's really tricky to like try to have real, honest, like grown up conversations. I think that's a really tricky place, is to start like really including your kids in those things.
Yeah. I think,
and not making it worse.
yeah. I think Harrison just seems so much older than he is. And so I think I have less age appropriate conversations with him. And so I always have to like, I feel like he is just so much older than he seems.
Yes, he's very mature.
Yeah. And I feel like he's ready to hear how the world actually works or how it generally works. And
silence your phone, Ginger.
Sorry,
We're talking.
My phone's never on. But yeah, I feel like I don't consider him 14. He just presents himself in a different way. And I'm like, oh, he's ready to hear about this. And then he's only 14. Like maybe it's not. Yeah. All right. So, friendship check-in. What does being friends in this season?
How does it feel different?
Mm-hmm.
I think we rely on each other a lot more in this season than we have in past seasons. And I don't know if that's like a different phase of life. I don't know if that's feeling more comfortable in our friendship. I don't know if that's maturity. I don't know what it is, but I think that we are very, I think we rely on each other a whole lot to help with each other, to pick up where, one of us can't. which is a great feeling.
Yeah. I think, I said this before too. I don't know. There was a transition where you and I became different in our friendship where we did rely. I mean, I think it has a lot of like trust in our relationship, like trust in that I can be the one that's asking you for help every day and you never ask me for help. And it's not a scorecard,
Right.
you know, because the season's going to change and you're going to be the one that needs the help all the time. And it's not, well, I helped you on Monday, so you're going to help me on Tuesday, or no, it's like, I need your help right now. Like and we're not keeping score and nobody's, I mean,
well, we don't even have to necessarily always say it. I know one of your biggest frustrations with me is I'm not big on asking for anything.
right.
I'm not going to, but I love that. I mean, we've gotten to a place with each other where it's like, you don't have to ask.
Right.
Right. Like there's been times where, I've not had to say anything and you still show up and, you know, you almost died. That was pretty terrible. But it was this whole thing where it was like, I have your kids. Like, I got them. You're not even going to ask me. Like, the kids are going to stay at my house.
Right.
Like, I've got them. I'm going to take care of them. You know, I mean, I love that there's this whole, like, there's no conversation here.
Right.
I'm stepping in because you need it.
Right. And I think I have gotten to know you so well that I know that you'll never ask me, but you'll tell me certain things happening. And then I'm like, okay, then I'll be there. Or I have your kids. Or, you know, like, okay, it's not a question. And that's, you shouldn't have to ask for help. Like, when you're doing something, you know, I mean, you sold your Bibles at a festival and it wasn't a, I need your help. It's, I'm doing this thing. And so I don't think you ever asked me for my help. It's just like, okay, what time are you picking me up? Because it doesn't make sense to take two cars.
Right.
And there was also no like, what? You're going to help me? It's just, no, we're like,
yeah, we're doing it.
Do this together. Like, it's also, I mean, Henry got bullied at lacrosse practice last week. And I mean, this is the exact same thing, right? It's, he got bullied by...
I'm not laughing that Henry got bullied.
No.
I already know the story.
Yeah, he got bullied by a high school kid who said something really awful to him. And he said he was helping with the goalies, and Henry walked up and he said, are you a goalie? And Henry said, yeah, why do you think I'm here with the goalies? You know? And the kid goes, because you probably wanted to play soccer, but you were too fat. And it crushed him. I mean, it crushed his little baby soul. And I was so mad. I wasn't there. John took him to practice that day, or we would, you know, I'd be in jail now for beating up a high school kid. But I was so mad, and I texted you and you were like, all right, what are we going to do? Who was it? Like, let's go ruin his life. And it's that, I mean, it's just this, like, it's this is our problem.
Yes.
This isn't as, oh, that's so sad for your kid. It's like, let's go handle this. I still don't know who the kid is. If I ever find out who you are, like, bad things. But, yeah, I mean, it's just okay, let's go. Or like, well, I guess we're going to jail together. So,
which John said we're not allowed to.
Yeah. 'Cause when he goes and bails me out, you have to take care of my kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're planners,
but at the very least, we know that the kids will in fact be taken care of.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, that's my thing, is that it isn't a, what can I do to help? It's a, like, when do we leave?
Yeah. What are we doing? What's our plan?
Yeah. Like, what's the plan?
I love it. I feel like there's so many times where you're just like, okay, like, I've got this thing coming up, and I'm like, okay, what are we doing? I can't wait. Like, tell me the whole plan.
Yeah.
What's my part in it? Like,
Right.
I love it that there's not really ever any conversation of like, am I included in that? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, we're doing it.
Yeah. The big parties at my house, like when we have and it's like, okay, like, you know, what time is everything happening? Where, you know, where do I need to be? And it's that kind of a relationship that I never have to ask for help, and I never have to say that I need help, because I feel like that's a, you know, I mean, that's a problem, right?
I mean,
Then
I know
you're
it
like
is for me.
providing a service.
I'm not going to ask for help.
I know. And so it's like, okay, when are we doing the thing? You know? I think you could tell me more about the things that you're doing more often, besides me like coming over and seeing that you completely by yourself replaced the floors.
They look so good though.
They were so good. And I immediately noticed. But I mean, like, I could at least like hang out while you do manual labor. But anyway, I mean, those kind of things, right? Like it's not a burden. We're just like, okay, when is it? Like, what are we doing? That there's nothing that I'm doing that you're not a part of.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. How does talking like this help, like our friendship? Or what does this space give us that we don't get elsewhere?
Oh, I don't know. Do you have an answer? You go first.
I feel like this provides a record, right?
Yeah.
For me.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, we talked about it at lunch today, where it's like, I want this to be just a permanent record of what we're going through right now. Sorry, I was about to burp. But what we're going through right now,
So
like
classy.
this week, you know me. But this week, you know, like we do this every week. And so for this week, this is what has happened, or what I'm thinking, or what is bothering me right now, or what is hard. And I feel like that's what this gives us that we wouldn't otherwise have. We get to record how we're feeling or what happened in these moments. And that's what I want this to eventually become. Instead of kind of like laying up this platform, I would like it to be more of like, this is what happened this week.
Yes.
Like a journal, right? Like these are the specific things that happened this week that I want to remember. And that's what we talked about, right? Is because like they're little things that you're going to forget, and I don't want to forget them. It's the whole point of this thing. And if this provides anything for anyone outside the two of us, it's to do this.
Yeah.
Like record these, like write this down, write these days down. 'Cause you're gonna regret it if you don't. Or like record a podcast, like do the thing, right? I mean, that's what I want to do. That's what I want this to become. And I feel like that's what this space gives us that we don't have elsewhere. Like we don't have a record of the conversations that we have, or the things that have happened, or things like that. And that's what I want this to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a pretty spot on answer. So yes.
Hey,
I agree.
2 enthusiastic thumbs up. What's one small thing we're grateful for this week?
Oh. Okay, give me a second. I want you to go first.
I get my biggest thing is I'm doing this at the very end of this, so hopefully like nobody got to this point in listening to this, but my complete spiral meltdown last weekend of this podcast, of me stressing out about shit. Now like people that we know are going to listen to this and judge this, and so I need for this to be professionally done and produced. I need an intro with music and an outro with music, because if we don't have that, people are going to judge us and people are going to think this is stupid or crap. And I put boundaries around it. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not worrying about this. I'm not worrying about editing this. I don't want this to be that. I'm not going to spend time on it. This is just a record of what we're doing.
Right.
And I want to hold to those boundaries. I don't care about I don't want to care about what people think about this. This is just for us. And I do hope that it inspires people to do something similar. But besides that, like, this is a recording for me and you 10 years from now. And that's all I want this to be. I don't want it to be for the masses.
Yes.
And that's one small thing that I'm so grateful that I like said out loud to you and said, like, I can't do it the other way.
Right.
And so that's, and being okay with it and us being like, yes, this is what we want this to be. It takes a huge like weight off my shoulders of, you know, I mean, full on anxiety attack.
Yes.
Spiral. And
it's been a while since I've gotten text messages. I know I've texted you a whole lot. So it was kind of like a nice role reversal for me for a minute.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. I mean, heart pounding. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want this. This isn't what I wanted this to be. And being able to like set some guardrails of like, I'm okay with it being this. Mm-hmm. I'm not okay with it being that. And so that was good. And something I learned and something I'm grateful for.
Okay. Is that the question again?
What's one small thing we're grateful for this week?
Man, I'm trying to, is this like since this week, since we last recorded, or?
Whatever you want it to be.
One small thing I'm grateful for. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm grateful for a lot of things. Wow, this should be a lot easier to answer.
You should listen back to a week ago. I feel like you're in a much better like place or happier than you were.
My emotions have been validated. I'm not as freaking out. I mean, I guess, yeah, if anything, you know.
Glad your boyfriend's back in town so he can tell you how great you are.
It's really difficult to process your feelings and your emotions and learn things about yourself that you didn't know before, and things that you have been kind of trained to respond in a certain way, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I think the week before last was really rough for me. And like, you know, I mean, talk about spiraling. I mean, that is what I did. And I did spiral, and I don't really know why I do it. I think there's just a lot of insecurities of not being wanted or being loved. And I'm very scared that I'm going to be made to feel that way again. And so like, I do think it's nice. Like, I don't know what it is. When I'm not around him, I'm like horribly insecure. Clearly he's like done with me. And then I'm like, the second that I see him, then I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm fine.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely grateful that this week has been a better week. But I did, to your incessant encouraging, if we want to call it that,
violent encouragement,
I did have a conversation with him, which I think was helpful. Cause you know, it's weird for me, cause I feel like communication is such a big thing for me. And like, I always want to have open communication with my kids. And I always am very big on, we have to talk things through, but for some reason, and I do think that part of that is my conditioning from my marriage,
right?
To not feel or express or anything like that. And so I think it's been really tricky for me to kind of learn that, you know, like, oh, you know, I can't actually communicate these things.
Right.
Which is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm grateful that I have a friend that pushes me when I don't want to be.
Right.
Nonstop, and then tells me that I'm stupid. You know, but you have not
I don't
told me that
actually
you were,
think you're stupid.
But you didn't tell me you were going to punch me in the face this week. So that's a win.
I know. Is that what you're grateful for?
I'm grateful that there's been no need,
no violent
for a punch
threats
to the face.
Yeah. No, good.
That's a win.
Yeah. It's funny. Our spirals are, I mean, everything about us are completely opposite and different, but my spiral is like, I am currently spiraling I need to talk to you. I'm so freaked out right now. And yours are, yeah, I've been crying for the last 3 days. I've been laying in bed crying, and then I watched something that made me cry harder. And then I also looked at something else that I knew was going to make me cry. And so I did it. And now I'm done crying. Can we talk about this? It's like, what? And so, yeah, once again, we're different.
Yeah. To be fair, though, the thing that I watched was what you told me to watch. And I was like, this is a thriller. It'll be great.
Yeah.
And then I watched it, and like by episode 3, I was just laying in my bed crying super hard. And I was like, wow, well, this was a giant fail for me.
You wouldn't have cried if it wasn't for your current state. If you would have watched it 2 weeks before when I told you to watch it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's my fault too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes, it is. I know.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, that feels like enough for today.
Feels like a lot.
Yeah. All right. So that's it.
We're still here.
Yay.